Namaste everyone. Well, in the last video we have discussed about two constellations or the Nakshatra systems. One is made up of 27 constellations, another one is made up of 28. Moreover, we have segregated them into lower and higher type, and rightly so, because when we talk about these two, there is a huge difference between the span of time. One belongs to the present era, whereas the another goes back to around 14 BCE or beyond. Moreover, when we talk about the functionality of both the systems is different. One talks about the judgments based on the predictive astrology about this mundane world, whereas when we talk about the Vedanga Jyotish, it indicates towards the subtle world. That is to say, it indicates towards the life after death. Yes, I'm indicating towards the process of transmigration, transcendence, which we related with the concept of quantum jump of consciousness. Now, let me put it in this way. Vedanga Jyotish is also known as Veda Chakshu, the eye of the Vedas. We have already talked about the Vedas are the source, the Sanskrit literature are the source of scientific research and where science stands with respect to the Vedas. So Vedas are still ahead. That comes under the epistemology thought of school, which comes under metaphysics. Now, having said that, I would like to take your awareness towards the aphorism given in the Vedas, Yatha Pinde Tatha Brahmande. So, Vedanga Jyotish is the substratum, which is also known as Veda Chakshu, the eyes of the Vedas. So this gives the insight or the concept of third eye which we related. Through this we can get the idea, having the knowledge and the experience about this subject, we can relate the concept of subtle world. So when we talk about this aphorism, Yatha Pinde Tatha Brahmande, we understand this is a substratum for the secular phrase micro and macrocosm. So once we understand this, we can relate how it has been there in the ancient civilization like Chinese civilization, European civilization, and in the Western world too. So if you look at the archaeological reports, the Vedic civilization is considered as the oldest civilization, rightly so, as we know the source is the Sanskrit literature, and then we relate it with European civilization, Chinese civilization, and other civilizations. Now, when we talk about the ascension and descension process, which we related with the movement of our solar system towards the galactic center, and that's the to and fro movement. So it's a part of precession cycle, right? It's the movement of the precession, right? Of the earth equinox. So which we'll talk about this later, and we'll relate it how it goes to the subtle world, right? So that is called as Ayan Amsa in Sanskrit. So centrality is there in the 28 constellation, because the constellation here is Abhijit, right? Which the concept of centrality is missing, as we discussed earlier in modern science. But through experience we can relate it, right? It's a profound mystical science, which science has already, is indicating about the precession cycle. We know about the precession cycle. Science knows about this. So we are relating it with that. But there are other theory of, or the mechanism of Earth rotation, which we are not talking about as of now. So when we talk about this centrality concept, we can relate the Abhijit Muhurat, right? It's in the midday, right? So we need to know about the mythology, right? So mythology, let me put in this way first, that the mythology is one, because the source is Sanskrit literature, though it has been portrayed differently, but if we look at the concept, it goes back to the Sanskrit literature, right? Moreover, we should know the difference between mythology and theology as well, to have a profound understanding what's the concept of rituals, the mantras, the yantras. These are like softwares which we are used to profound our human system, mind, and mind in the human system basically. So it's kind of an amplifier, right, which makes the frequency more profound even. So and then we have so you can read about even the mythologies behind this, so you will understand. And the concept of Padha, the mythology, what it indicates. Padha, the synonym would be Charan, right? So the footprints which we talked about, the three footprints, one is invisible and two are visible, which we'll be talking about how one takes the from one we are in the gross world, then to the subtle, and then third is invisible. So the first two padas, then that there are 1440 minutes in a day. So we talked about the concept of spine too. So you should relate what it indicates about the mythology behind the spine. We related with the zodiac belt, right? So the centers in the zodiac belt, and how we can relate it with the center present within the human spine. So we related with Ananta, where the Lord Vishnu reclines and meditates. So there is a mythology, and we have a concept of Padas, the Charan as well. There is a mythology on that too. So when we talk about the 27 constellations, it's we divide 360 by 27. That gives the quantumity of 13.2 span, right, of one constellation. Whereas when we talk about the 28, it either accelerates or deaccelerates, right? So that's the concept of Tithi, if you look into that, right? A lunar day, right? So how we calculate. That to say, the half a day is the midday, the concept of centrality, where the Abhijit constellation comes into the picture. And its numeric is 1. I'll tell you how. That's the numeric associated with Abhijit. So the midday is when we say 1/4 of the constellation is 25, right? 25%. So 25% we are relating with the Sankhya. So I have already mentioned this before, that the mantras are being derived from the revolutions of the planets. But when we focus on the king, because Sun is related as king of the planetary system, it has been mentioned in the Vedanga Jyotish that it is the king of the planetary system, and rightly so. So 25th element of Sankhya is the inner sun, or the soul, right, which we compare with the sun. So if we focus on that, So we get the internal calculations easily. It's more profound, it's more meaningful than, so we don't have to look into the planetary system. So we can relate how the sun is moving towards the galactic center and vice versa, right? So coming back to the concept of a day, we have 1/4 day, then half a day, that is the concept of centrality, where the Abhijit Nakshatra is there, 24 there, 24 there. You need to know about the human system, right? If you know about the centers which we are relating with, so it gives a more profound meaning, right? If you understand this, you understand that there are 720 minutes, right? That's the midday, and 720 minutes we have in 72 years we have 1 degree movement of the precession of equinox. Earth equinox precession happens 1 degree in every 72 years. So you can relate that with the 72 nadis, or the meridian system, right? There are 3 meridian systems. So 3 meridian system, one is 72,000. So if we prefix 1 is related with the numeric auspiciousness of the Abhijit Nakshatra, because that's assigned, the numeric or the number assigned to that. So to be precise, it's related, the calculation is related with the precession cycle. So it eventually gives you the idea about 108 numeric. 107 are the Marmara points. That Marmara points are called, it's the subject of alternative medicine. So it gives the connection between the physical and the subtle body, right? So 108 point is the mind, right? So it gives the profound meaning of 108. You would find various information about this number, right? So when we go beyond that, so when we go to the second nadi or meridian system, which is of 35,000, the number could vary, but it's 35, right? I'm talking about the zeros that could vary in same 72,000 which we talked about, right? So then if you make it half, you get 36, but again there's a difference of 1, which is auspiciousness relating to the Abhijit, right? So that gives you the idea about the subtle word. Let me put it in this way, that we can relate it with the constellation Pallades, right? Or we say Kritika Nakshatra. There are 3 systems. I won't get into this. This is indicating towards the second step, right? The second footprint, and the third is invisible, which we should not be talking about. So I believe the things would have got more clear. We can also talk about the concept, how the mechanism behind the precession cycle, but I would like to focus more on the fitness as of now. We can write the blogs, we can keep on doing it at the regular pace whenever possible, but let us focus on the fitness more, because with being more fit and more healthy, when we focus on the higher aspects or the real world, we are more concerned about our health and well-being. So let's focus on that as of now. Vibrate our frequencies, a more profound way, which is related with the global coherence. We have rightly related that as well. If you haven't seen the video, you can watch the video. I can share it again. And about other topics, whenever possible, we can discuss it. But I would like you all to focus on your health practices as of now, and we would do it later as discussed. So I'll end this session here. Even we can relate the natural programming with the Sanskrit text too. So let us not focus on that as of now. Let's focus on our health practices, right? So I'll look forward to your opinions, and have a wonderful day ahead. Namaste.